Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing. Testing. Can you hear me? Hello, Tai.
Yes, doctor, I can hear you.
Good morning. How are you doing? Wonderful. Excellent. How are you doing, guys? Okay, so how was the quiz? The quiz was bon appetit. Thank you. No privacy in this world, right? I'm gonna do a quiz. Further quiz. It's a quiz. It's a quiz. I'm gonna share the screen in a sec. So many clicks I have to do just to start a classroom. It's unbelievable. What else do I need to do? I need to share the screen. Share the entire screen. That. You want a quiz that is easier? I understand. I hear your voice. But this doesn't match the grades of the quiz that you got. So if I look at the grades here, it seems everybody got very good grades. A lot of people got 5 points, and most of you got very good grades. Would you like to go through the quiz to review it? Show responses. Okay, another quiz. Let's see. Following. Review quiz. Yes. Okay. Good. Right. So let's do the quiz again. So I need a volunteer to read the quiz, and today we have our TA Shama. Shama, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hello, Shama. Thanks for coming. So what's the plan today? Today we're gonna just review the quiz and 10-20 minutes, and then we will check the status of your tasks I gave you in the last lecture, and these tasks are here. Yes, so I asked you to set up a Kanban board to define the roles in each group, like Scrum Master, PO, and so on, and to plan your first sprint using the Kanban board. Yeah, so these are the 3 things that we will check today, and when we have done it, we'll check them. Yeah, and you can use these features in Trello to do this, or as Shama will explain to you, you can use Jira, which is more cool and more professional, I guess. Shama, what do you think? As a former student,
Yes,
would you say
actually, Jira is more productive. We are using it
wonderful
for projects, and we can see our procedure, if I could say.
Excellent. I love that. I started with Trello, so 5 years ago. Before, Trello and Jira were separate companies, but now they are together. So Jira bought Trello for $1 billion 2-3 years ago, and now it's integrated in Jira. Jira is how can I explain this to you? If you guys graduate from this course and you don't know Jira, do not mention that I'm your professor. That's embarrassing. Okay? Is this clear? I need a yes from you guys. Understood. I need understood. Is that clear? You don't know Jira, don't say you're my student. Please do not say that. On the other hand, if you know Jira, a lot of doors will open for you because it's becoming the default project management software for software. And today, nobody understands that you're a software engineer and you never use Jira. So if you want a bonus point in this course, instead of Trello, you will use the Trello inside Jira. Shama, Jira has a Trello inside, right? Or has integration and has something that looks better in Trello. Is that correct? Did you use it?
Sorry, can you say it again?
I'm saying that Jira has a Trello functionality, a Kanban board.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so maybe today, maybe you can show to them later. So this course, we stopped using Trello and we started using Jira from the beginning. Trello is great for simple projects like we're doing now, but when you grow up, you want to use Jira all the time. Excellent. So shall we go to the quiz? You ready? Right. Okay. So this is the plan for today. And so awesome. Let's see, how do I do a quiz here? Okay. So I go to home page, assessment. I think it's course document. Course document. Here we are. Here. Oh, by the way, one more thing. I checked that somebody did the Eric Horowitz optional talk. This is a very inspirational talk that you can watch to see what a computer scientist does. I think nobody did the optional assignment. If you want an A, try to do these optional assignments, especially now that you have time, because it's a very easy way to get 5 points. And then this will help.
Doctor?
Yes?
We couldn't access it.
That is great if you tell me 2 weeks before. Okay, so I will. Then you should tell me, like, hey, we don't have access. What's going on? And then I will give you access. I will set up another link. Okay, understood that you don't have access. But if you don't tell me, how am I supposed to don't be passive aggressive, okay? Sounds good? Right. One more thing before we start the quiz. Any of you has issues with the group? Like, is the group working well, or are you happy, completely happy, or not happy? Group dynamic is good. Because every year I get like, hey, someone in my group doesn't work. I'm fed up, blah, 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 blah. So when this happens, talk to me, okay? Because we have a special tool to deal with this. It's a very cool tool called nonviolent communication. All right, so I'm gonna do the quiz. Maybe I can do it. Oh, it requires lockdown browser, but I don't have it. No idea what's the code. Let's see. Hold on a second. Cancel, and I'm gonna edit this, the test options. I don't want password. Begin. See. Okay, good. So, right. Okay, who wants to read this one? Do we have any volunteer to read this one? No? No one? Okay, so which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's see. 2. I like that. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna set up a poll where you can tell me the choice that you like most. Sounds good. Okay, go for it. Excellent. Correct. Now let's see if we can. I'm gonna detach this from here. So I'm gonna do this. Great. Excellent. Question number 2. 1 or 2? So you can change your vote in the poll to reflect 1 or 2. So user requirements document. Do you understand what is a user requirement document? Yes? So a user requirement document is a document where you explain what the software will do, functionality. I think you all know that. And this is a kind of a trick question because the answer is kind of true. It's an important part of Agile. It's not the most important thing, but just because we're doing Agile, it doesn't mean that we discard the user requirements. Okay, so this is a very tricky question. Question number 3, user requirements document has no place in Agile project development. How do you think about this one? Can you vote again or not? User requirements has no place in Agile. This is false. False. Okay. So everybody agrees with this one or not? Question number 2. It's confusing. I agree, Taib. So what is your opinion? I remind you, if I say something and you don't agree, you should say something.
Like maybe remove the word important, because as we know that it's not a very, very important part of Agile. Yes, like we need to consider it, but it's not that important, right?
It is a very confusing question, and actually it's on purpose. Yeah, so very good, Taib. Yeah. So I think the correct point of view here is that user requirements is important in any software project. If it uses Agile or if it doesn't use Agile, it is important. Yes. User requirements, it's not a core thing of Agile, but that doesn't mean that just because you're using Agile, you will not consider user requirements, right? So in today's world, like if you look at Agile projects, the real ones, I cannot name any Agile project that doesn't have a user requirement document, even though it's not a core thing in Agile. But when you go to work, you will see that you will use user requirement documents if you use Agile or if you don't use Agile. So this question is not a very good question, and you should say that, like, hey, this question is confusing. So speak up and say things, okay? Excellent. Number 4, it's the same question as last year, by the way. And number 4, knowledge workers are employed for what they know. That makes it very difficult to manage them with a traditional hierarchy. Why? You can direct a team of people who collectively or individually know more about the product than anyone else in management. True or false? So the key here is it's hard to manage them with traditional hierarchy. This means waterfall. True or false? Okay, so we have option 1 or 2. So the answer here is, Taif, what do you think? Meitha, do you think the material didn't include this? But I think we covered it quite a lot. Like if you did the activities in the class properly and you read the materials, you would say we didn't cover it enough. Okay, good to know. So I think we covered quite a lot, like waterfall versus Agile, but it's important. Here. Maitha, were you not in the classroom when we did these activities? Okay, good. So what would you say is the answer here? Well, then maybe we need to pay more attention, yeah? Okay. So the answer here would be true, and that's why we said Agile was invented. If you remember the lectures, if you pay attention. Agile came as a response to waterfall. Yeah, remember the lectures I had? Okay, software programmers are employed for what they know. That makes it easy to manage them with one or two bosses, but no more than three. True or false? What would you say? False, very good. Question 6, you never start building a bridge and then change direction midway through the project, but with software that's much more common. Is it easier to reprogram a software than it is to rip up steel and crank concrete? This is the metaphor that we use to explain waterfall. Yes, so that's why when we build bridges, we usually use waterfall. We cannot use Agile because we cannot do that. Yeah, very good. You know the most about what it takes to deliver the product only when you are nearly finished. That is why Agile, you want to make decisions that give you room for flexibility. True or false? True, this is one of the principles. If you read the Agile manifesto. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools is part of the Agile manifesto values. True or false? True, very good. Individuals and coffee breaks over processes and Python is part of the manifesto values. No, it's not true. In Agile, working software is more important than documentation. True. Very good, Nathan. Does this mean that we will not have documentation in Agile? No, that doesn't mean that. But it means that if you have to prioritize to have working software or to write a very beautiful documentation in Agile, working software. In Agile, follow a plan is more important than responding to change. False, very good. It's false, completely false. Correct. So that would be waterfall, right? In Agile, oh, there's a typo here. Documentation is not important. True or false? Well, this is another trick question. It is important. That doesn't mean that you. So if you go to Agile projects, you will see that they all have documentation. That they will prioritize having working software. So just to think, if you go in all software companies, they would have one guy, his only job is to write documentation. So, or they might have even a team of people, right? So that was how important was documentation before. The three roles in Agile are stand-up meeting, the product owner, and the SOP master. True or false? What are the three roles in Agile? Scrum master, product owner, and developer or team members. Very good. Agile teams will be ideally composed of generalists, small and self-organized and cross-functional. True or false? Wait, here. Wait, where are we? Here. True, very good. To meet about how to work better in the future is not part of the Agile principle. True or false? It's false. It's part, right? So one of the core principles of Agile values is that we want to learn about. We always want to learn, and very good. And one more. Switching between tasks is also known as multitasking. True or false? True, very good. Time boxing and frequent deliveries are key parts of Agile. True or false? Very good. Also in UX, yes. Excellent. 10 bucks. Yeah. Agile team would be ideally composed of general. Oh no, sorry. Wait, is this question repeated? No. In Lean UX work methodology that we saw in class, it is typical to spend 3 months to build an MVP. True or false? This is completely false. Okay. Mark the incorrect question. 1, 2, 3, or false. What do you think? Correct. Why is this incorrect? Because actually it's very popular to design services. Yes, as we said in the classroom, apps, hospitals, they all use design thinking and even Agile. Great. Yeah. Awesome. Good questions. Okay. So I think the quiz went very well. The grades are quite good. So congratulations, everybody. And if you did not get an A, well, next time, study a bit more. This quiz is almost identical to last year's quiz that you all have available in the Blackboard. So, I mean, if you didn't get an A, I don't know what else to do, okay? Anybody has a question? No? Somebody? Any other things? Okay, good. Okay. I mean, a couple of difficult questions, but I think this quiz is quite balanced and fair. Okay, good, awesome. So now let's go to our status. Did you start your Trello Kanban boards for your teams? Yes, no? I'm gonna send a small quiz. Calling Kanban board ready? Excellent, okay. Did you use Trello? Yes? Wonderful, okay. So, oh great, somebody, Shama, thank you for making this tidy, very nice.
You're welcome.
Right, thank you, bonus point for you. So, as we said, this week we introduced these new tools, part of the Agile artifacts. So one of them is the Kanban board, and Shama will show you how to do this in Jira and show you a bit Jira, how to use Jira. Yes, so I'm gonna give the presentation over to Shama. Sorry, yes, and we will introduce one of the ceremonies, which is called the sprint planning, which you already started without knowing it. Yes, and I asked you to define the POs and Scrum Master roles in your teams, just to simulate how it feels. And so now, Shama, if you could explain how to do this, maybe show Jira a bit more, and yes, I will give you presentation rights. How do I do it? Can you share your screen, Shama?
Yes, I will do it now.
Super.
Okay. Sorry, I have a problem. Okay. Let's check. So here's Jira, and I will show you how to create another project and to work on the Kanban board. So first you will click on Create Project. And this one is the one that's available. So select next gen. Create a name. So I'm just trying. Sorry for a try. And create. So actually you can choose either Scrum or just a Kanban board. And I chose Scrum. Maybe I should show you this.
This is a good time to explain the difference between Kanban and Scrum methodologies. These are two ways to work, and they are a bit different. And there's going to be a question about this in the exam. And I will let you research this by yourselves, okay? But the main difference is that Kanban is more laid back. It's only about the board, and Scrum is about the Scrum Master, the processes, and all that stuff. Is that correct, Shama,
yes.
more or less?
Yes. So mainly in Kanban, you will see your progress and you will check if you done what is in your checklist. While in Scrum, you do things in iteration. So you can choose one of them. I chose Scrum. And now if we get in here, you can see this is a Kanban board also. So you can create or go to backlog.
So you can say that Scrum includes Kanban boards, basically, yes?
Yes. So you can add here either a story.
Okay, wait, Sama. Can you explain to the class what is a story? We have three things they don't know: epics and stories, and I think something else, but yeah, epics and stories. What is the difference?
So story is mainly telling what the user needs, like a requirement, but in more casual way, I could say.
Wait, not casual. In this class, we say human-centered. Human-centered way. So can you give me an example of a story in the Lulu app or something like that?
So a story could be, as a user, I need to use a username to log in the app, but actually it is like Emirate ID.
Yes. So instead of writing a boring functional requirement documents that say the user can do this, can do that, he will be able to do this, that, you switch and you say, as a user, I need to log in with 2 clicks, or I want to log in with 2 clicks with single sign-on. Yes, you would say that, and that is how we do things in Agile, and it's shown to be much better. Or you could say things like, as a user, I need to be able to search for apartments with different filters. Excellent, right? Yes, and this is called a story. And go ahead, Shama.
So if you created a story and you can add whatever you want, then you can create a sprint. Okay. And then in your roadmap, you will be able to see it.
Excellent, yes. Maybe now it's a good time to ask the class if they have questions.
Does anyone have a question?
But also, the to-do, hold on, Shama, go back to the Jira. The to-do, the to-do column is also known as the backlog. Yes. So this is one of the backlog. The to-do column is also known as the backlog. Yes.
Yes.
Right. Did we add a story here so far? Can you add a story?
This one.
Okay.
I did not write anything.
Can we write, for example, login page? No, for example, typical story. Excellent. And in the description, you would write. Wait. In the description, you would write the story. As a user, I need to be able to log in with SSO from UEU, right? And maybe something else, right? Or as a user, I need to log in with my fingerprint. Or as a user, I need to log in with my face recognition. Sounds good? This is called a story. Shama, do you remember what epics are?
Unfortunately not.
Well, okay. So, so when you have a big application, Shama, what did you get in the course? A. Well, good for you. So when you
I
have
have a bad memory though.
when you have a big application, you may have 20, 30, 40 stories, right? Some of the
Yes.
stories, so imagine Instagram app, for example. So they have a lot of stories there, right? Login, registration, checking the messages, posting, Instagram videos, right? I don't check all these things. Everything of these 5 things I said, they might have 20, 30 stories inside, right? That gives you a total of 150 stories, yes? This is a lot of stories. So what you want to do is classify them by topic. And we call this topic epics.
Epic, yes.
Like,
I just
epic, it's
remember.
like we are heroes, we are programmers, that's what we call epics. And so you might have the epic of the Instagram TV, right? You might have a lot of stories. And that's what they do in big projects to organize a bit, okay? It doesn't mean anything else. Sounds good, class? Did you get it? Questions? Awesome, good. Yeah, great, excellent. So we can create another story, maybe, Shama, for them to messages, right? That could be another story. Messaging system or something like that. Another could be payments. Another could be, yeah, all the things that they usually need. And remember, the way to write the stories is, as a user, I need to be able to do this and that. Now, you will have to do this, and it doesn't mean that for every story you have to follow the same format, okay? The idea is that you get the point of view of the user, right? So you can change the language, but always keep in mind the point of view of the user, right? And Shama, can you show them, let's imagine that, can you show us the 3 columns again?
In the board, yes.
Yeah.
I did not submit it, so yeah, it's not
Oh,
there
okay.
yet.
Mohammed has a question.
Sure,
Right.
this. So here
Great.
it is.
And can you explain to them what is a sprint?
So a sprint is usually a 2 weeks limited time to work on the project to deliver as much valuable product as possible.
Very good, yes. And that's wonderful, great. And then let's imagine that we start working, it's the middle of the week, and I have finished the payments, for example. What would happen?
So when you are working on a chart, it will be here. And then in the
once you're
payment,
done,
you will work.
wonderful, okay? And with this, the management, or everybody in the team, not just the management, can know what's going on and who's working on it, right? Because can we assign owners to the cards?
Yes, definitely. So you need to assign someone.
This is your ultimate test.
Yes.
Super awesome. So you know who's working on that, and that saves a lot of time. Just to have the information organized. Questions? Do you like this, team, class? Mohammed has a question. Yeah, can you open the microphone?
It's clear, Doctor.
It's clear now? Okay. So this thing, what we did today, so what you need to do now is to do this and have a 20 minutes discussion in your team and decide 3, 4, 5 user stories and decide which one are you going to do in the next 2 sessions. Okay, so usually the sprints are 2 weeks, but in this class, we don't have so much time, so we do an accelerated simulation. So in the next 2 sessions, you will work on one story that you decide to work on, right? I already gave you the story you have to work. It's the first MVP. That's your first story. It's not a real story, but it doesn't matter. It serves the purpose. So the idea is that you will spend this session and the next session building your first MVP. That's your first time box tell. So you will use this column to do this. And if you want to consider this MVP as a small epic and put 3 stories inside and divide the work in your team, that's fine. But be aware that in 2 sessions time, we will do a demo. So the MVP has to be ready, right? And it doesn't need to be perfect, remember? And so that will be your first sprint. Sounds good? So now Shama defined the sprint, the deadline, yeah? So it put 2 weeks, but you will put for 2 sessions. So in the next Wednesday, we'll have a demo day, yeah? So you will work today and the next Monday in your MVP, and 1 week from now on Wednesday, we'll have the first demo. Sounds good? So today what you will do is to have a ceremony called the sprint planning ceremony, which is talk between yourselves. We have 2 sessions. How do we organize ourselves? What do we put in the Kanban board? And how do we divide the work that is doable in 2 sessions? Yes? Remember that this is not about working a lot. This is about learning how to use Jira. You will not be evaluated by the quality of your MVP prototypes. Of course, it's nice if you do nice things and useful things, but that is not the point of this class. So don't stress about, oh, my app is not nice or something like that. Sounds good? Great. So now the rest of the class, do this sprint planning, and once you've done planning, you can start working on your MVPs. Yes? Once you've done the MVPs, you will be able to build your user journey, right? So if you want to add building the user journey as part of your things to do, that makes a lot of sense. Sounds good? Questions? Hold on. Yes, so we'll do like this one today. I'll be there 20 minutes. I will teach you another tool of Agile. Yes, I will ask some questions, and then you will work the rest of the class in this. If you want to work during the weekend, 1 hour, 2 hours, that's perfect. Sounds good? Other questions? Is this clear? So Shama, I like to show you what the groups are doing. So the groups put here their Trello. It's fantastic. Now you can decide what do you want to use. If you want to stay with Trello or go to Jira. And we have very interesting projects. We have a programming Duolingo, a music app, a gaming stuff. We have what was this? Group 5, what was this? This is the user flow, preliminary work, and Naif is doing a chat voice booking app. Naif, are you with us today? Wonderful. So we have done user personas, the business model canvas, and now we are building our first MVP. Mohamed Al Naqvi, I see that you have made something very cool here. Do you want to explain what you did a bit? Somebody wants to explain their prototype?
We can't see the screen, Doctor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You should tell me this immediately. Share application screen. Excellent. So I was saying, I was going through the projects, right? So I was saying here, now you can decide if you're going to keep using Trello or you're going to switch to Jira. Put the link here. And these are the projects that we have, which look super interesting and amazing. And I was asking if somebody wants to share their progress so far. Like I see you have added lots of things here.
Sure, Doctor, why not?
This is really interesting.
So
Great.
what should we talk about, Doctor?
Oh, nothing. Like, what is this thing I'm seeing here?
So this is like a template for what we're expecting to keep focused on the project. So this is a basic template. It's not final. It's just a draft to make things clear for the group and maybe for you, Doctor, to see how will our app develop to be.
This is an excellent example of what we call a paper prototype, right? Did you do
Yes,
this with
exactly.
Figma or PowerPoint?
No, it's here from Miro. There are
Miro,
templates
okay.
and you can choose from.
Wonderful. So you know Miro is also very good with these things. So Figma has some advantages and Miro has other advantages. Excellent. Wonderful. So this is a perfect example. So this really lets the group focus and have better ideas. So you can start building your MVP from this. Excellent. All right. So I'll leave you working. And if you have any questions, I'll be on Slack. Yes. Good. Shall I do breakout rooms for your groups? All right, let's go. Great. And if you have any questions, you can ask me or our awesome TA, Shama Al-Saidi. Thanks a lot. And thank you also to the person who tidied this up. Yes, super awesome. Wonderful. Great. Okay, Shama, fantastic. This is great. Let's see, everybody's here. Yeah, I'm gonna do the attendance meanwhile.
Doctor,
Everyone. Yes, who's talking?
can you get me into a group, please?
Who are you?
I'm Mohammed Al-Filas.
Yeah, you are not in any group? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm in a group, just like the breakout group. I wasn't there.
Whoa, Mohammed, who's
Uh,
talking now? Which group do you want to go?
I'm group 4.
Why don't you go yourself to your group?
I got disconnected. That's why.
And you cannot go by yourself?
Yeah, I don't know why.
You cannot?
Yeah, I can't now.
Okay, wait, because I only see 2 groups. Oh, I only see 2 groups now. What's wrong? Shouldn't we have a lot of groups?
There is 18 members in group 1, I guess.
But we have, I'm confused now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups, right?
Yes.
So maybe I should rearrange the groups. Hold on. This is weird. You're in the main room. Oh, interesting. Cancel. Hold on. I'm gonna cancel this. Oh, I see. We should do different groups. Number of groups. We need. Okay, sorry. Now I will do it again. Okay, so everybody, you go to your group number. Yes? Go to your group number. Thank you. Hamdan, what did you write here? I don't understand. Hey, Shama, you here? Shama. Group. Okay, connected. Group 1, reconnecting. How did we end up with only 18% battery? Oh, Shama? Shama, hello.
Yes.
Hi. Hey, how is it going? What do you think about the class? Backup man, give me comments.
Sorry, the voice is not clear.
I'm saying, do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, how do you feel about the class? They going good? Any comments, advice?
Okay, for now, I think it's good. But
Okay.
at the same time, I think the students are a bit lost, that they are not sure.
Yeah, why do you think is that? One problem we have this time is that there's 39 students, and the last semester there were only 12 or 17, and it makes a big difference. And this is one of the problems we have.
Yes, I think so.
Like, people think that adding more students doesn't matter, but actually it really matters, because when there are more students, people talk less. I cannot check on every student. It's hard to memorize the names of the students. It's hard to, and it's 3 times more students, so it really has an impact. And then when I have classes with 60 students, it's even worse. Like, there's more disengagement. I cannot check who knows what, and so it's a, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
Actually, our classes that have less people in is more productive, and you can get more knowledge from them.
Yes, absolutely. I completely agree. Like after 20 students, the class becomes very, there's no time to interact with people. But I don't know what to do. Like, I agree with you that the students seem a bit lost. But I think the last semester, there were also lots of students that they were not following the class very well.
Yeah.
Either. But, you know, there was Yusef, right, that were pushing the class to do the thing. And in this class, maybe there's Taif, that she's doing great, right? But we need more like Taif. but I hope they will start engaging a bit more and study a bit more. I think they didn't study for the quiz so much. There were a couple of difficult questions, but this quiz was
almost identical to our quiz.
It was almost identical. So if you didn't get an A, it's because you didn't want to get an A. It's like, how can you complain that? But anyway, yeah. So this is a big challenge: how to make the class more with so many people, that to check that people don't get lost. Yeah. So yeah, right, that's difficult. Okay, I'm gonna go. Well, thanks a lot, Shama. Are you working with the Lulu people on some app and stuff like that? Which one?
For now, they are introducing us to all the projects. Then we will work mostly on Never Miss Your Pill because it's mostly for local and they want to engage locals in creating it. And
I'm
they
so
want
happy.
us to write it in Arabic.
Excellent, excellent. So if you can position yourself like I am the Arabic UX designer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Arabic is right to left, right? I think we talked about this in the class, but
Yes, you did.
most of the UX design is done by English people or by European people that they write from left to right. And Arabic is completely different. And if you position yourself like I am the expert in right to left languages, yeah, this is called right to left. If you can do write a small blog post somewhere in the internet in Medium, yeah, like
Yes, I'm
hey,
planning to.
you should totally do that because that will make you the brand. Like, hey, I am the expert on this, and then you can ask. Everybody will love you. So that's really smart to do. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
do a small tutorial. Hey, how to use Jira when you want to design an Arabic app, for example. Okay, so this is how you do it, or how to put really these little things. Like really can position yourself as an expert, and it's really good for your
I
career.
do follow a lot of people like this, but mostly they are all in English. So in Arabic, this would be cool.
I had this friend called Asim Janjua. I don't know if you know him. He studied in America in Parsons Design School, and his thesis, master thesis, was about right to left languages. Okay, and because he was the first one to do such a study, he got hired by Google immediately, just because of that. You know, like,
This is cool.
but you will not get hired now by Google for doing that. But you know, you have to look at the next thing. Now the one that was hiring a lot is TikTok, right?
Yes.
So if you go to TikTok and say, hey, you want to make TikTok really popular with Arabic people, talk to me. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, Shama, thanks a lot for the work you've done. It looks so much good. Kanban, Trello. I miss
It was like this, and I did not change it because I thought maybe you did it for a reason. So someone is going to fix it.
will come. Yeah, no, it will. We'll add some stuff. Okay, good. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Hello. Hey, I'm in the middle of a class. Can I call you in 20 minutes? Okay, thank you. Hi. Okay, super, Chama. So we'll talk. Thanks a lot for today.
Thank you.
Right. If you want to jump inside some group and see what they're doing, that's totally good. I want to go to the. Hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Uh, I Hello, everybody. Anybody has a question? I just stopped the breakout rooms. How is it going? So Dave has some questions. Dave, can you ask?
I just needed like a quick reminder of what exactly we needed to be done with.
Right. So I wrote it here in the Kanban. So what we're doing now. So this is what we'll do the next day. And now, if you look here, we need. So each group set up a Kanban board.
Doctor?
Yeah. Yes.
Share your screen, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. I wish there was a shortcut to share the screen. Okay. So if you go to the course Kanban board, so you set up a Kanban board, you define the roles, you plan your first sprint to do an MVP. These are the 3 things you need to do today. Yes? And you add some stories to your Kanban board for the MVP, right? So some of you already has something working as an MVP. So MVP means that you will be able to gather MVP data. That means you will be able to show this to someone, to some potential user, and see if they like it or not. That's the idea of an MVP. And you have today, the weekend, and the first session next week to finish this. And then 1 week from now, same time, we will do the end of the sprint. So this sprint has 2 sessions length, where you will do the demo day, which is another ceremony in Agile, which means that you spend 3 minutes showing us your demo, your MVP. Sounds good? This is the first sprint that you do in this course, and the task is to do an MVP. And you can divide the job of doing this MVP as you like in different stories, doesn't matter. But the point is that you start using Kanban and you do the planning ceremony. Yeah, this is what you have to do today. Is that clear? Questions? Wait a second, we're gonna do the attendance now. Nasser and Aisha, are you here? Nasser, are you here? If you are here, type something in the chat. Only when I call your name. Nasser, you're here. Great. Mohammed Y and Omar S, are you here? Yes, I know. Nasser, I just have to do the attendance. It doesn't matter. I know. I wish there was an automatic software to do this. Omar, are you here? Moti and Ali, are you here? If you are, type your name. Ali, you're here. Modi? No. Suhail and Bryce, are you here? Bryce? Bryce, yes.
Doctor, why absent, Doctor?
What?
I am Ali,
What?
Doctor. I type Ali in Arabic and English and also make me absent. Why, Doctor?
Thank you, Ali. Thank you. I didn't see that.
Thank you.
It's a bad UX. It's not me, it's the UX. Next one, Asma and Salma, are you here? Asma, are you here? Asari, Hamad, and Ahmed, are you here?
Yes, Dr. Hamad is here.
Type your name. Ahmed. Okay. Ahmed, are you here? Walid, Lin, and Fatma, are you here? Walid, yes. Lin, yes. Fatma, yes. Bingo. Mahara, Hulud, and Taif. Perfect. Khalifa, Hulud, J, and Salem A, are you here? Sarah Wise, Saed S, and Rhoda, are you here? Khaled S, Naif, and Mohammed, are you here? Okay, Naif doesn't have Wi-Fi, and okay, and Tesar, sorry, Hamdan, and Tesar and Muna, are you here? Wonderful, and Tesar, yes, and Muna? Lian, wonderful. Lian, you're calling from Saudi, right? Is that correct? Moza and Mohammad. Moza? Omar I, Noura A, and Khaled, are you here? Ahmad, Hamad K, and Rinje H, are you here? Wonderful. Wonderful. And last one, Mesa J, Maha, and Fatema. And last, Mesa A and Hur E. Wonderful. Okay, good. So if you have any questions, do ask in Slack. Okay? Awesome. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.